The sixth and final task of our glue making project is to answer some conclusion questions. So you're going to answer questions, write incomplete sentences, please. Explain your answers in detail, and this is your opportunity to share what you've learned through this process. We hope you've had fun with this process, making a couple glues that maybe you didn't think would actually work as glue or adhesives, and just kind of testing them out. And so this is your opportunity to share what you learned. Our essential question today is, why did some materials seem to hold together better than others? So as we're drawing those conclusions, what about certain materials made them hold together better and not break apart with those glues? All right, so pause the video and open up your design notebook. All right, task 6 you see here again involves evaluating this part of our design process. So we're going to be reflecting, we're going to be thinking back on this whole process, thinking about what we've learned and why we've learned it. So click on the bookmark for task number 6. Our essential question that needs to be answered again is, why did some materials seem to hold together better than others? And these are the questions you're going to answer. Reflect, think back on this process and be detailed, because again, this is your opportunity to share what you have learned. So what were some observations that you found interesting when making the glues? Could be anything. Could be about smell, how it looked, something that you maybe heard, something that you saw. Okay? But any observations that you found interesting? What surprised you when you tested the glues? So in task 5, when you were adding the washers and testing, what was something that was surprising to you? Which adhesive, so again thinking back, which adhesive gave better bonds overall? So the flour adhesive or the casein? And we want you to prove your answer with details from your test results. So go back to your chart here that you completed last time in task 5 and share, based on that data, which adhesive gave better bonds. Which material, kind of along the same lines, which material seemed to hold best together and why? Give an answer to that. You should answer this question as well. So if you were building a bridge out of toothpicks, so just doing an activity where you're building a bridge out of toothpicks, which adhesive, the casein or the flour, which one would you use and why? Okay, so applying, you got this information, you've got this data, now apply that. Which one would you use if you were building a toothpick bridge? So think about the material that you're using, think about what you're doing, which glue then would work best with that material for a toothpick. And then an aspire to answer question. If we think back to chemical engineers, what chemical engineers do, how could a chemical engineer help you if you wanted to make thousands of gallons of glue each day to sell? We made just a small amount in a little tiny cup. If you wanted to make a lot of this to be able to sell it and make money off of it, how would a chemical engineer be able to help you do that? Okay, so that's a question that you could aspire to answer. We'd love it if you did answer that. Okay, and then one last task summary. What's something that you learned by completing task 6, these conclusions, these reflections, and what were you successful with? Then you see the end of task 6, and that is it. You have completed this glue project. So ask your teacher if you have any questions about these conclusions. Reflect back and share what you have learned. Good luck.